All right, hey South Texas, hope you're doing well today. We're starting off today with pretty cloudy conditions, but it's also fairly warm and mild outside. It doesn't feel too bad. It's not too much on the cold side, but that's going to change big time here as we make our way throughout the next few days. Oh, let me turn down my volume here. I've got Facebook up, of course. I'm happy to answer some of your questions. I see Diana already says good morning to everyone. Good morning to you, Diana. I hope you're doing well today. Again, I keep Facebook up here so I can answer some of your questions, so feel free to send them my way. Now, we're starting off today pretty cloudy, pretty gloomy. This cloud cover is really going to be sticking around a majority of today, too. We're going to see a little bit of a breakup in it this afternoon, but not going to be that super abundant sunshine that we saw a few days, just a few days ago, rather. So still going to be dealing with a little bit of cloud cover. Tessie wants to know, hi from New Braunfels, is there still a question of snow? Tessie, the answer is yes. We are going to have the possibility of snow in the 7-day forecast. I'm going to be talking about that here in just a moment. Diana says, thank you. Hope you're doing well today again. Fran says, good morning. Good morning to you, Fran. And here's what we have. Let's go ahead and talk about this timeline on the precipitation forecast for the weekend, and then also the cold temperatures that are expected. Philippe already asking about that snow and freezing rain too. That's possible. Janie says good morning. Gabrielle tagging a friend, and then Sherry says good morning as well. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into this forecast. I see a lot of questions already. First of all, I want to talk about molds, mountain cedar, and ash, all coming in light. Not a lot of issues on the board today. Looking at the sky conditions, a lot of cloud cover in each location here. That's, again, expected to continue for a majority of today. We're going to continue to be dealing with some thicker cloud cover. There will be some breakups in the clouds this afternoon, but not going to be, again, as abundant with the sunshine. Temperatures in the 60s to 70s across much of the region, but some shallow cold air just off to our north. Austin at 51 compared to 75, excuse me, guys, I got something in my eye. 75 down into Pleasanton, and 73 in Pearsall. You see 76 in George West and 76 in Beeville. So warmer for areas south of Highway 90 there. We're going to continue to see these temperatures, of course, go up just a little bit more as we make our way into this afternoon. So here's what future clouds and radar shows. Notice the temperatures are going up just into the 70s today. Not going to be too warm. Some areas south of Highway 90 could hit the lower 80s. Going to have that little bit of cloud cover throughout today again, and then it will start to come back as we head into tonight. Going to see more cloud cover, more fog tomorrow morning on Wednesday, and our rain chances really bump up as we head into Wednesday and Thursday. You're going to see that in the 7-day forecast, higher chances for rain in the 7-day forecast. So that's for Wednesday. You see the little bit of light shower activity here and there, 40s and 50s to start off the day. And then as we make our way into the afternoon, these temperatures on Wednesday are going to be rising into the 50s and 60s across much of the region. And guys, I seem to be having a little bit of a trouble with my connection here. Let me change a few things on my computer that will use less bandwidth so it can run a little bit better for me. So internet just seems to be a little bit slow today. You know, sometimes it's having an off day, I guess you could say. So again, Wednesday afternoon. Let me run back down the timeline here for a second. There you see the temperatures rising into the 50s across much of the region and 60s. And then we see a pretty good round of rain that's going to be moving in as we head into Thursday. Check out Thursday morning. Starting off the day with 40s and 30s across the area. Some spots south of Highway 90 will be in the 50s. And a lot of light to moderate showers, possibly even pockets of heavy rain on Thursday. All this is going to be plain old rain. Not expecting anything in the way of snow from this or anything in the way of sleet or freezing rain. You see temperatures well above the freezing point. And just a lot of rain. That's what we want to see. We really need rainfall across the region, and it's nice to see that. So that's coming in with our first system. That's going to be Thursday at about 2 p.m. Notice what we have moving over Texas as a whole. There's a little bit of a dip right here. We call that a short wave, and that's going to be sweeping through that good cold front. That's going to bring the better chances for rain. Continuing through the timeline, you're going to notice another system that's going to slip through by the time we head into Saturday. That's going to be another system that's going to bring us some chances for rain and more cold air. And then there's a bigger dip that's out west. Notice over towards New Mexico and then now across Texas by the time we head into Monday. That's going to bring a chance for just a little bit of snow. Now, it's still uncertain on who will get lucky enough to see the snow and who will miss out on it. I think the hill country has the better possibility of seeing snow. For San Antonio, it's still a little bit of a toss-up. The problem is, we're going to have an issue with the possibility of drier air in the snow growth region. We'll also have the models flipping back and forth. Some models say yes on snow, some models say no. And we're going to look at one that is saying yes here in just a moment. But it had said no before. It's flipping and flopping back and forth. And that's going to be something that's an issue over the next few days. When you're this far out from an event like this, in an area where snow is so uncommon, the weather models aren't going to handle the forecast as well. So right now it's just a 40% chance. Don't count on snow, but know that it's possible. If we do see it, a lot of the models are showing very small amounts, like 1/10 of an inch to 2/10 of an inch in San Antonio, and not even all of San Antonio may see snow. It may be like that last instance that we had it, where barely any fell, and a majority of us didn't even see any. Now, off towards the hill country, again, they'll have that better chance. Now, before we even get to the snow, I want you to look at the temperatures. Today, temperatures rising in the lower 70s. If you have any outdoor plans that you want to get done when it's warmer, do it today. Look at how cold it's going to be. By Valentine's Day, 27 for the low, 36 for the high. Up until then, 40s and 30s for lows, 40s and 50s for highs. It is going to be very chilly, a lot of cold rain. I always say there's nothing worse than a cold rain, and that's what we're going to be dealing with for Wednesday through Friday. Once we head into Monday, that higher chance is going to be for rain and possibly a little bit of snow. Our temperatures would have to stay below freezing, and then also we would have to have enough moisture in the right spots of the atmosphere. So that's why I kept saying there's a little bit of a toss-up there in some spots. So first of all, how much? I'm about to get to the snow stuff, guys. But first of all, how much rain are we expecting over the next 7 days? And the answer is a good amount now. We've had a little bit more rain move into the forecast here for the next couple of days. And you see maybe 1/2 of an inch to 1.5 inches in some spots. If you're closer on towards the Rio Grande, it's looking like maybe 1/4 of an inch or less. So some of us aren't going to get as much as what we would like, but still, any rain right now would be very helpful since we've been dealing with such dry conditions more recently. Now, the cold air, I want to talk about that too, because even more of a big talker than this possibility of a little bit of snow is the cold air. We're going to have this freezing line dip all the way down to Brownsville pretty much in the Rio Grande Valley as we head all the way into early next week. That's going to be very chilly conditions. We're going to have strong winds, which is going to make the wind chills below freezing, and it's going to be very, very cold. We may even have wind chills in the teens at some points for the weekend and into early next week. That's a dangerous cold. Start making plans for any pets that you may have that are typically outside pets for them to be able to come inside, whether that's into the garage where it may be a bit warmer. Make sure they have shelter. Any plants that you have that are more sensitive, you are going to have to cover them up or bring them inside. Any pipes that you have that may run the chance of freezing. We may have a pipe freeze event as we head into Sunday and Monday with how cold it's going to be for an extended period of time. You'll want to wrap those pipes. You want to cover outside faucets at your house. You'll want to drip your faucets inside, especially if it's a faucet that's along an exterior wall. And if you have pipes that are along that exterior wall, open up the cabinets under the sink. It allows warm air from inside your home to go around those pipes. So, and finally, the most important thing, people. If you know anybody who may not have a way to stay warm in the cold conditions, try to find a way to help them. Of course, these are coronavirus times, so you can't really get too close to someone not in your household, but blankets. Maybe if you have a portable heater that they can run safely, different things like that to make sure everyone's safe and ready for anything in the way of this cold air that we have. The cold air is expected. The snow is only possible. That's why I wanted to make sure I really hammered that home a lot about the colder conditions. It's some of the coldest air that we've had in a while, so it's important to be ready for it. So, on to the snow. What is the GFS model saying for snow? And here's the latest run. So, if I zoom down into Bexar County, It looks like up towards Kerrville, they could be talking about 3 to 6 inches and into parts of Kendall County. But Bernie may only get 1 to 3. And then most of Bexar County, we're talking about a trace of snow to maybe up to an inch. And when I show you this afternoon, it will change again, and it may show no snow. It's going to be a flipping and flopping of the snow back and forth. Meteorologist Megan Massey is actually going to do something really cool during our 5 o'clock show. She's going to compare all of these weather models and show, which one's showing snow, which one's not. And the thing is, she'll probably explain this really well during the 5 o'clock too, how they may show this now, but in 12 hours in the next run, they may show something completely different. When we're this far off from an actual event, 7 days away, especially for snow, it's harder to nail the forecast. It's harder to be absolutely accurate and know exactly how much you're going to have. What you need to know now, again, snow is possible, but don't expect it. So on Monday, we'll be watching for that. Keep tuned with us all throughout this week, and we'll keep you updated on what we think will happen. And we're going to fine-tune this forecast throughout the next week to be able to be as accurate as possible and give you the best updates that you can possibly get on the forecast. Now, as far as ice is concerned, it doesn't really look like a freezing rain and sleet event, but we may see a little bit of sleet and freezing rain mixed in with the snow and the rain. So again, too early to pinpoint the numbers, but I don't think that's going to be as much of an issue. I don't think it's going to be an ice storm event for us. I don't expect that. So snow, possible. We'll talk about that, though, all throughout this next week. And, of course, Weather Chief Bill Taylor will be on this afternoon with the latest update on that. And Meteorologist Andrew Wilson will be on at noon as well. So here's where we're at as far as rain is concerned in the month of February so far. Just a trace. So that 1/2 inch to 1.5 inches is really going to be nice. It's going to get us closer on to where we should be for this month. Let's hope we can get that good amount of rainfall right over the rain gauge out there at the airport. Severe to extreme drought continues to be an issue for our area, so we need the rain really bad. Let's hope we can get it again. 663.6 feet is the level of the aquifer, which isn't too bad. And let's hope that we can continue to see that go up. So let's look beyond that 7-day forecast, as I always love to do. We are going to be below average here as we head into the rest of this week, beyond today, that is. Today we're above average, but the rest of the week will be below average. And it looks like that trend is going to continue, not just for the next 7 days, but from day 8 through day 14, we keep with that trend. That would be highs in the 50s, lows in the 30s. The cold air is just going to linger around our region. Those who are warm weather lovers like myself, we're just going to have to get through these next couple of weeks. Don't worry, spring is not far away. Rainfall outlook from day 8 through day 14 shows that even though we're having the wetter conditions now, well, it looks like below average rainfall could be expected from day 8 through day 14. So that's beyond the 7-day forecast. Remember, that's not counting the next 7 days. The next 7 days, we have that possibility of above average rainfall. So for the Lone Star 3-day forecast, the next 3 days across the state showing cold conditions. Man, look at Dallas-Fort Worth. Only going to hit 39 degrees there on Thursday. And remember, we're going to have some of that colder air once we head into the end of the weekend and early next week. But you see it's already impacting other parts of the state. El Paso is going to be one of the warmer spots the next few days. So if you want warmer weather, head out west. You see 70s each day all the way through Thursday. And then your Texas State Park forecast for tomorrow looking like it could be a little bit of a damp day at times. Remember, most of it's going to be light shower activity, so still a great day to take a hike. Just make sure you can stay dry and warm because temperatures are going to be only in the 50s there and 60s for a majority of the day. So remember, a cool rain, you want to make sure you can stay warm. So guys, that's about it. I'm going to pop it back up here on the 7-day forecast. I hope that answered a lot of y'all's questions about the snow possibility. And then also the rain that we have for this week and the cold air. It is going to be so cold here as we make our way into the end of the week through the weekend and early next week. Stay warm. And, again, lots of cloud cover on Valentine's Day. But, spend some time inside. Maybe turn on a nice movie with your loved one and just try to have a relaxing day. So I hope you all can have a wonderful rest of your Tuesday. And, of course, Meteorologist Andrew Wilson is on at noon. Weather Chief Bill Taylor on at 4, 5, 6, and 10. I'm going to be on with Weather Chief Bill Taylor at 4, talking about what's missing to help make our forecast even more precise. There's something going on right now, and it's being impacted by coronavirus. Why nailing a forecast just like this is a little bit trickier. So I'm going to talk about that at 4. It's pretty interesting stuff. It's something that you would not imagine could be impacted by coronavirus. But yes, our weather forecasting is being impacted a little bit. So I'm going to talk about that. And then at 5 o'clock, meteorologist Megan Massey is going to be talking and comparing all about these weather models and how we're trying to figure out exactly what could happen this weekend and early next week with the snow potential. So be sure to tune in, and we'll keep you updated on everything right here at Ken's 5. I hope you all have a wonderful day. Gary says, nice job. Thank you so much, Gary. I hope you all have a wonderful day. And again, we'll keep you updated on everything right here. So I'm going to bring back up the 7-day forecast, guys. And don't forget, meteorologist Andrew Wilson, she's going to be on at noon today with the latest update to the forecast, talking a little bit more about what we just talked about right here. Have a great one.